This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Are you able to see my Eclipse ID?
No, ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Okay. Okay, now you are able to see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
So, today we'll see about basic Java code. Okay. Um, okay. We'll see about variables and data types in Java, working with arrays, loops and conditions, strings and its functions, then importance of array list. Then we'll see some array list operation and conversion of array to list. Okay. So I'll create one Java program. New class. So we'll see basics today. Okay. So Java will execute from main functions. Okay. So inside the main method, I will start writing the code. So I want to declare the value 5. Okay. Some 5 or 6 something. Okay. I'm declaring some value, and this value should be stored in a variable. So can be a variable called num. Okay. So this variable num contains the value 7. Okay. But in Java, we have to specify its data type. Okay. So 7 means it's a number, numerical value. Numerical value means integer. Okay. So the data type should be int. Okay. So this is one line. The completion of the every statement should be finished with semicolon. Okay. So this is your integer data type. Then only your system knows, okay, this num variable contains the value 7, which is a type of integer. Okay. Same thing. If you want to print, you have to use the command system. Okay. Suppose you want to have some floating value like 7.06.5, something like that. So this floating value also you can store it on variable. Okay. Um, and you can declare this data type as either float or double. Okay. And then suppose you want to declare as a statement. Okay. Isha Training, and this is an website. Okay, I'm storing in a variable as website. Since it is enclosed in double quotes means the value should be a string. Okay, so the data type is string. Okay, you can also add the character like single letter a or something like that. So this character means you have to enclose in a single quotes. Okay, this I am assigning to one variable ch, and its data type is character. Okay, suppose you want to know whether the statement is true or false, or result is true or false. Okay, we can declare that also, the value is true or false, whatever, and I'm storing it in a variable b. If it is true or false means it is a type boolean. So if you notice that all the variables having the warning symbol. Okay. So what this warning symbol says? That means the local variable you have declared which is not in used. Okay. Suppose I am printing this value. So for printing we'll be using the command system dot out dot println. Okay. So here I am printing the value num. So I'm printing the variable num. So here num is used. See here we have declared and assigned the value, and this variable is used here in printing statement. That's why the warning got removed. If the variable is not in use, then it will throw an warning message. See, the value of local variable is not in use. Suppose if I am running this, it will print the value num, that is 7. Okay. Suppose you want to send some message. Num is a numerical value. Okay. Why it's showing an error? Because if it is double quotes, what will happen? It will print whatever value present in the double quotes. It will print. Okay. Num is numerical value. But I want to print the num value. Num value as 7 is a numerical value. So for that, what you have to do? I have to put num. So here, this is the variable type, and this one is a string. So to differentiate this variable and string, we will be using the operator called plus symbol. Plus symbol is a concatenation. Okay. So this concatenation, what will do? It will differentiate the variable and the values. So this num is a variable type. So it will print the value 7. That means it will evaluate. This will evaluate its value 7, and then it will print whatever it is in the double quotes. Okay. So any doubt? Okay. So this is the data types. We'll go some basics. We'll touch some basics for automation part. Okay. Any doubt in the variables and data types? So string and variable. This string and variable will work together using the operator plus symbol. Okay. So this is a single variable. Okay. I'll print take this. For single value, you will be using the int type. Okay. So this variable will hold only the single value. Okay. Suppose if you want to store the multiple values in one variable, like 7, 8, or 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these multiple values. Okay. So if you're declaring as a multiple value, it should be in a curly braces, inside the curly braces. Okay. Now you have declared the multiple variables. So multiple values. So multiple values cannot hold in the single variable. Suppose if you want to hold it in a single variable, then you should declare this data type as a array. Okay. So the array means it should be in square bracket. Okay. So array can hold multiple values. Okay. So you know that you are going to define multiple values. So with one variable. So single variable to hold multiple values is possible only through an array. Okay. So what we have to do? Suppose we want to access the first value. So the array will start with index 0. Okay, and increment 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now we want to print the value of the 4. Okay. To print the value 4, that means it is present in the third place. But from array point of view, it starts with index 0. Right. So to print 4, what we have to do? you have to use that array square bracket. Okay, inside that array you have to print the value index of, because here you have to give the index value. Index starts with 0, 1, 2. Okay, you can print like this. Okay, give space, it will print this. Okay, so clear, right? This is one way of declaring an array. Okay, and to print another way is int. This is one method. Second method is, now I want to print multiple. I want to store multiple values in a single array. So you know that you're going to store a multiple value in a single array. So you have to declare array. Okay. Then I'll give ARR. This is your array variable name. Now you're allocating the memory for it. New. New means it will allocate the memory. So new of integer, how many value you're going to store? I'm going to store some two values. Okay, that's it. So here you have declared it. You are declaring the array and you are allocated the space for two elements. Okay, so array of 0 is, you can give some value here, 5. Okay, now I want to print all the values. Okay, so what we have to do to print all the value, we have to do it using the iteration operation. Sorry, anyone else? Okay, so this is called, you have declared here and you have allocated space for two element. Okay, now you are storing the value for the first one, first element. The second element will be array of 1. Is it possible to have the array of 2? Will it accept? Because it says that we should have the two elements. Okay, and this one is your first element. Okay, and this one is your second element. What will happen if you given like this? It will say array out of index. Okay, we'll print. See, array index out of 16th one. So this is not allowed because here you have allocated only two elements. Okay, two elements means only you can give two values. Two values. Okay, so but in array it starts with index 0 and 1. Okay, this is first element, second element. If you give it 2, it will throw an array out of index. So it's throwing error here itself. So comment this one. Okay.
One second. What is the use of new operator, ma'am?
New operator will allocate
That
the
new is
memory.
a variable. Okay,
So
is
new
it
is,
a variable or?
no. See, variable is ARR, array. Okay. New is for,
Okay, okay.
you are creating the memory. You are allocating the memory for two values. Suppose if you didn't assign array 1, what will happen? It has the space for it. Okay, it will what, it will create the two element space. Okay, now if you want to print to array of 1, what will happen? Here I didn't give any value. Okay, you are assigned only one element, but you are calling the second element. What will happen? It will print 0. Okay,
Okay, okay. We print 0.
0.
Okay. If we don't give new, what will happen, ma'am? There?
It won't allocate any memory. It will print like this one. See? Okay, so yeah, the difference between this and that is like, here what will happen, it has some, how many elements? 5 elements. 5
Okay.
elements. That means your array, your num will contain the index from 0 to 4. Okay. What will happen here? It has two elements, but you have assigned only the value of one element. Okay. The second element,
Mm-hmm.
even though you didn't assign, it will consider 0. Here everything is assigned. The value is assigned. So new means it will allocate the memory. Once you declare new means to allocate the memory for two elements. Okay. Element 1 and element 2. Okay. So in element 1 you have assigned the value as 5. But in element 2 you didn't assign any value. But even though it is considered the value as 0. Suppose if you assign the
Mm-hmm.
value here, it will take that value.
Ma'am, your screen is not changing, ma'am. Like, I mean, it
Oh,
has got stuck. Yeah, now array of one is showing.
okay. I have shared the entire screen
Mm.
only. Wait.
Yes, yes, ma'am. But whatever the changes you are making, right?
Yeah,
That
okay.
was not visible.
Oh, now we're able to see my screen.
Now, yeah, it is loading it.
Oh, okay. Let me know if it is not visible to you.
It is not still visible for me. How about others?
Okay.
It's still a black screen for me.
Uh-huh.
Now it loaded, ma'am. Now it
Loaded.
loaded.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the main difference is here everything is allocated. Okay.
Okay.
5 elements is allocated. Suppose if you are given three, see 3 means whatever value you have given, it will automatically assign the values. Okay. But here we are
Okay.
creating the space for it. Okay. If needed, we'll be assigning the value. If it is not required, we'll be leaving blank. Maybe in future we can use that space. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So new
Okay.
means it
Thank
will
you.
allocate the space for it, allocate the memory. Even though if it is used or
Mm-hmm.
not used, it will allocate the memory. Here it is completely used. Okay. Suppose I
Okay,
want
ma'am.
to, yeah, remove this line.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, okay, thank you. Now, in this array, I'm declaring some values. Okay. Now I want to, okay, okay. I'm declaring some array now numerical array and it contains multiple values. Okay. Now I want to print all the values. Okay. So how to print is we can access each and every element. Now I want to print all the values using the for operation. Okay. So for is used to iterate the values. Okay. For I am declaring. So the for is like int I equal to 0, initializing the value. So int, this is any variable name. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, that is a variable name which holds the value, assigning the value 0. Now I is less than equal to num dot length. Okay, then num plus plus. Sorry, I plus plus. Okay. So what is this num dot length? Num dot length is size. Okay. I'll put size here. Size is plus num dot length. Okay. Okay. So size is 7. 3, 6, 7. Okay. So it contains the 7 values. But in our array point of view, it is 6. Index will be 0 to 6. Okay, so in that case what we have to do, for loop I is less than num dot sum length. Okay, so I'm assigning 0. Okay, then in this for loop I'm printing the value of array. So to access the array, what we have to do, we'll be using a sorry, num of the index I. Here the I, right, this variable we have to use here. So what will happen, usually what will give, num of 0, right? So what we have taken here, we are in for loop. This is the statement, for loop statement. For loop, what we are initializing the variable in 0, then we are checking the condition. So this I is less than num length is 7. That's right. This num length is 7, right? So that 7 I'm putting here. I is less than 7, then I'm incrementing. Now I'm printing the value of num of I. So I equal to 0 means first it will go to the index of 0. Okay. So num of 0 means what it will print? It will print the value 1. Then I will be getting incremented to 1. I equal to 1 means it will print the next value. So it will keep on printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth position now. When I reaches the 6, what will happen? 6 is less than 7. Okay, so it will print the value of sixth position. Sixth position is 22. Now it will increment. I is 7. 7 is less than 7? No, it will come out of the for loop. So it will print the value from 1 to till 22. Okay, any doubt? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so this is so iteration will have. Suppose if you want to print only the even number. Okay, I want only the even number to be printed. So in that case, what we have to do? This for loop is printing all the number. I want only the even number. So what we have to do? We have to put one conditions. Okay. So what conditions we have to put? If conditions. Okay. If num is divisible by this modulus 2. Modulus 2 means reminder. Okay. If this number is divisible by equal to 0. Okay. Then print this number. Okay. So num of array, right? So I. So what will happen? Why it's showing an error here? Because we are comparing the value. You are not assigning it. This operator equal is assigning. Okay. Here we are not assigning the value. Okay. We will be equal operator. Equal operator for comparison. Okay. To check. See. If this number is divisible by 2 equal to 0, then print the value. So this is you are checking the if condition. Okay. Now I'm printing the value. So it is printing only the even number. 2, 4, 8, 22. So first it will check with the 1. The remainder is not 0. So it will come out of the loop. Next I is incrementing to 2. 2 is divisible by 2. Yes, it is divisible by 2. So it is printing the value 2. Then it is checking 3. Likewise it will check. Okay. Now there is one more condition, else. Else means it will check either if it's not satisfied, then it will come with the else part. Okay, in else part I'm saying this number is not an even. Okay, this is num of I. is not even number. Okay. See here. So 1 is not even number, so 2 is even. Then it's checking other number 3, 4. Again it is checking the number 7 is not even. 822 is even. So this is how if and else condition will work. Okay. Now suppose I don't want to check all the numbers, right? I want to check just a single number. Okay. If any number which satisfy with even, I want to come out of the loop. Okay. I don't want to repeat again and again with this array. Okay. So my requirement is, if it is found at the first, then you have to come out of the loop. Then what you have to do, you should give the command break. Okay. Now if I execute, see, I found this is an even, then I'm coming out of the loop. That's enough. That is my requirement. For the first element which is even, come out of the loop. Okay. Any doubts so far? Yes, yes, it's very basic only. Yes. But this logic is needed for coding part.
Ma'am, I think everyone have just we have studied in our school timings in computers. So I was expecting some more
Yes,
up
yes.
with it.
No, no, this is for everyone. So I'm starting. That's what I told you. This is basics of Java, which is needed for the automation part. Okay. So using this num.length, we'll be getting the size when you're doing automation part, and this condition is needed for break statement. That means you have to come out of the loop. So these things are basics. Yeah. Okay. So next we'll see. So we saw about the arrays, variables, and data types. Next we'll see about the string. Okay. So okay, for string, what you have to do? String is an object. Okay, string array. I'm creating a name. Okay, here I'm creating some Ravi. Raju, okay, some to like something. Okay, now I want to print this iterate all using the enhanced for loop. So how to print that? So we'll be using the for. This right hand side should be a name. Okay, and what will be the left side? It should hold in the variable yes, and that should be a string. Okay, now if I want to print all the value, I'll just use the s. Okay, so it will print all the value Ravi Raju triple X. Okay, so next we'll see about the string. Okay, so the string is there are, yeah, anything else, any doubts, anything? Okay, okay, now we see the array list. Okay, so what is the disadvantage in array?
Static.
Sorry.
Size will be
It
fixed.
Yes,
it's
yes.
static.
Okay.
I mean,
Size of
like
array is fixed and it is not possible to increase. Okay, if you can't push more value into an array. Okay. So in real time, sometimes you need to have a dynamic array, not static one. Suppose some Flipkart or Amazon and all. Today it's a 5 products. Tomorrow it will be grow to 10 or 15 and more. So what? How to achieve that dynamic size? How to achieve the dynamic size? So how to grow dynamically? So for that we'll be going to array list. Okay. So yeah. So we have to create an array list and name equal to new array list. Okay. So this array list I'm creating one string type. Okay. So string type array list. So this array list is a collection. So we have to import the array list. Okay. Java.util array list. Okay. Okay. Now I have to add the string value. Okay. Now I can add name.add Java. Okay. Now I want to add few more. Name.add C, name.add Python. So I can keep on adding, keep on add, right? So this is a dynamic growth. We can add multiple items. Okay. Suppose I want to retrieve one of the value. So for retrieving, we'll be using the system.out.println. Sorry. So I want to retrieve the value of first one or second one, 2. So what it will print? It will print the value of Python. Okay. Now I want to remove the value of C. So what I can do? Name.remove index of 1. So it will remove the value. So just to understand, array list is a dynamic array which will keep on growing. Okay. Now um, we'll take another example. So far any doubt here? It's clear, right? So we see the array list operations. Okay. We saw the importance of array list. Okay. So we have to see the strings and its functions. Okay. So string is a object. Okay. String is an object. Okay. There are uh, two ways of declaring the string. Okay. One is a string literal. Okay. So any doubt? No, no, not correct. In general. The array list is just to understand. It's a dynamic growth of array. Okay. This is very basic. Later we'll see about it in depth. Just to for automation purpose, we are touching the basic concept of Java. Okay. So there is two kind of strings. One is string literal, and another is using creation of string using new operator. Okay. So what is string literal? I'm printing one string. basically string is an object. Okay, it contains a sequence of character. Okay, now I'm having the value I, and I'm declaring another string s2 equal to I. These two are, these two below are string literal. Okay, so what it means this s1, this s1 points to I value. Again you are creating the variable s2. This s2, what will happen, it won't create a new memory. Again this s2 will point to this I only. This s2 will also will point to the same value. Okay, it will point to the same value. So it's called a string constant pool or string literal. Okay, it won't allocate new memory because it both are having the same value. So both this s1 and s2 will point out the same value only. Suppose you want to allocate a memory, what will do, string s equal to or str equal to new. How to create that? New string it's an object. We are creating an object. So what will happen? Okay. What will happen here? It will create allocate a memory. This s3 will store the value welcome. Again, you are creating the same string. So this is str1 with new welcome. What will happen? Whether it will allocate a memory or it will point to the same one. This new operation, what will do? It will create the memory. So what will happen? Again, str1 will create a memory and store the value welcome. Okay, it won't point to the same value. Okay. Okay. Now using this str, I am having like welcome to Java. Okay. Now what I want to do? I want to print separately from the string. How to print that? There is a method str dot. See, this is an object. Okay. To access it, we'll be using object dot method. Okay. To access any method, we'll be using that particular object. So string is a str we have created str dot object with method split. See, so split the expressions. What expression? Regular expression. I want to split all the spaces. Okay, this will be stored in the array. Okay, str splitted. Okay, now if you want to print this, str splitted. Okay, for the string s equal to, sorry, yes. Okay, here I am printing the value system dot out dot println. See, it has removed this space. So this is a regular splitter. Okay. So what will happen? Welcome to Java. Okay. Suppose you want to print only the first one. Str splitted of 0. See, first element. Okay. First element is welcome. Now you want to split, instead of space you want to split the value 2. How to do that? Okay. So what happened? You have taken this 2. Okay, it will split value. So this will be your first element and this will be a second element. See, when you given the str.split 2, what will happen? It is taking the white space also. Welcome white space. Then second one is space Java. Okay. Now you don't want this space. What you have to do? You don't want this space to be printed. So I want to print this value only 1. Okay. I don't want this comment. Do this one. So you can see the space here. I want to remove those space. What we have to do? Dot trim. So trim method, what will do? It will remove the space front and back. Okay. These are the small functions method which will be used for the automations. Okay. So in automation part, we want to get the total product size. So for that we'll be using the dot length, and you want to access the particularly first one, second one, we will be using that index value. Okay. And suppose you want to do some regular expression, that means split method, to get the value of the first one, second one. Okay. So these are the things, these are the core Java basics needed to start it with the automations. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see few more topics like inheritance and things, and then we'll see about the iOS installation. Like I don't have a Mac machine and iPhone. I will show the how to install in Mac. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, ma'am.
So we'll continue tomorrow. Okay.